Welcome everybody, you're here with Donald
And Nishan.
and we're part of the customer service team. Today we're going to be going through your start of year procedures. Now that it's 2018, you'll be going through this quite a lot.
So to start off with, we want to find out how to do the start of year procedures. You can do this by loading up your Smart Suite, clicking on the menu and clicking on Knowledge Base. So this is where you will find all our Smart Help articles in regards to using Smart Suite. So what you want to do is, in the keyword search, type in start of year, and click enter. So this will bring up all the articles in regards to that. What you want to click is Smart Suite start and end of year functions, which will then load up the smart article in regards to the start of year functions. As you can see, the Smart Help article is divided into different groups, which also means in different steps on what you need to do, and they're all in order as well. So when you first load up a Smart Help article, the overview group will always be expanded, and it will let you know what will be discussed and shown in the Smart Help article.
You can also just click on the blue sections and they will expand that different information for you to read. So first thing we're going to do is move our patrons to left. Now to do that, we need to jump back to Smart Suite. Okay. From the main menu, you want to click on Global Functions. Now the first thing you want to check is in your class grade edit page. You can obviously see we do not have a classification of left. So at the bottom here in the blank space, you want to add your left classification. I always like to put the year that the patrons have left. Click add new. Okay, so now you can see here's our left classification. So from here you want to jump to your end of year functions, which is this tab here. Alright, and then you want to click on your class grade change option just there. Okay, so this will load up your class grade change. Simply what we want to do is move all our patrons from their year to left. Okay, so once you've done that, you've selected your classification, you've selected your left classification that they're moving to. All patrons will have a tick in these boxes. Once you confirm the patrons you want to move, just hit update. Okay, it'll give you a little warning message saying these patrons are going to be moved. Click update and now they've been moved. So you want to do that for every single classification. So once they're all in your left, you can then run your patron import and it'll move all the current students into their new classifications.
So once you have done that, what we want to do is bring up your CSV file that you would have got from your admin system or your IT. So we have one here which we have created. So this is our CSV file. Some CSV files come with headers and some don't. As you can see, our one do not have headers, so what you want to do is add in headers, so it makes it easy for you to create the template on Smart Suite. So we'll just go ahead and do that now. So we have done that now. What I also like to do is number each column, which you can do it in a different row or in the same row. So I'll just do that now.
And you just do this so you know what column you're up to when creating the template.
So once you have done that, you want to go back to Smart Suite and click on Patron Import. Once in Patron Import, click New. So this will bring up the template window where you can create your own template. So template name is what you would enter in, and it would also reference in regards to what information you're importing in. So for example, if you're doing a student import, we would do student 2018, or if you're doing a staff, you would do staff 2018. This just makes it easy for you to come back again and have a look at the template, or use it as a reference to create another template. So for this one, we'll just name it student 2018. And then the create by is who the template was created by. So it will automatically show the logged in user, because that's who's creating the template. The creation date is when the template has been created. The system will automatically fill in this once you have saved the template. The hash header, it refers to the headers in the CSV file. So if your CSV file has a header, you would keep that ticked. If it does not, you untick that. So we'll just keep that as ticked because our one has a header. So the merge by, there's three options in the merge by. You got external ID, barcode, and name. So each of these fields is what the system will look at when importing and matching the patrons to what's in the CSV file to what's in the system. So for now, we'll just select name. So what the system will do is it will look at the name of in the CSV file. So you look at the first name and the last name, and then you'll look for the same first name and the last name in the system. If the system can find the same name, it will merge the data together and update the information. If it can't find the name, it will create a new patron. And the table below is the information that you're importing into the system. Database table column is the information where the information will be imported into. Template column name is the name of the column that's in the CSV file, which matches into the database column. Template column index is the column number is in the CSV file. So I'll just go ahead and do the first one. So the first one in our CSV file is the first name. So what we do is, from the drop down, select first name, template column name, what's on name of the column in the CSV file, which is first name, and template column index, the number that's in. So it's, as you can see, we numbered it before, so it's in number 1. So it just makes it easy for us to go back and forth and have a look and enter the data in. So I'll just go ahead and create the rest of the columns.
And while Ishan's doing that, there are a few fields you must have for a Patreon import to be completed. They are first name, surname, classification, and homeroom. Without those fields, the Patreon import will not run. So as you can see, you just continue on, selecting your database column and then adding the column index. It's always good practice to double check it as well. So go to and from just to make sure everything's in the correct areas.
So as you can see, with the template, the page you can only fit 5 per page, but the system will automatically create a second page. So as you can see, the homeroom's been put into a second page because the first page has already got 5. And what I always do is, just to make sure, I always have a look again, like Donald was saying, just to see if everything matches. So first name is in 1, surname is in 2, email is in 3, barcode is in 4, classification is in 5, and then homeroom is in 6. As you can see, I also didn't enter most of the template column name. This is because it's not a must that you have to enter in. It's just easy if you do. So this is only mainly used for if your template column name is different to what's on the system. So for example, if you have on the system it's classification, but on your template it might be year level or year group. So I would enter that in just to make it easier for future reference. So once you've checked that, I'll click update, which will update the patron template, and I click close. So I'll go back to the template, delete the numbers, and then I would save it, because as you can remember, we entered in the headers, so we want the headers to be there. What you do after is you select the template that you want to use. This is what you have to do first before you select the file, and then you click browse, and you select your CSV file. So this will get added onto the system, and you click add to job list. So you can see you'll get a warning saying that this job might take a long time. Just click OK. And your job will get added here. So you can see you added the creation date, time, who it was created by, scheduled, which means the job's been scheduled to be completed, last update, the last time it was updated, and job results. So once the job has run, it'll say job finished. But if there's an issue with the import, it'll say job finished with error, and then you can click on the logs to see how many have been imported and how many did not get imported. So if you want to check the status of the job, you will have to go to menu, click on global functions, and click on patron import. As you can see, our job has been finished. The reason why I didn't click refresh or press F5 on this page is because the system might sometimes be running the job, and it might not interrupt the process of the job. So it's always best to refresh the page by going through the steps. So as you can see, as mentioned, the job has finished. If you click on the logs, it will show you that it's been finished and what time it's finished, how many items were loaded, how many items were found, and how many items were loaded, and how many items have failed, which is 0. So that is good. So what you want to do next is just to confirm that the information has been added into the system correctly. You would do this by going to patron details, open up the CSV file again that you used, copy a barcode from the CSV file and find it. So you can see it's been added, so the barcode is there. So click on that and just compare the information, what's on the system to what's on the CSV file. So first name is Ishan, surname is Fer, the email is I@FSB, and then you check your class grade, which is your classification, FSI, room. So that looks pretty good. So I would always check another patron as well, but this time using different criteria. So I would use, this time we'll just use first name, Mr. T, and you would check the criteria again. So barcode is MRTT, surname is T, first name is Mr., So that's FSI system, that's right, and you check your email, which looks right. So if that's correct, that means the information has been imported correctly.
From here, what you want to do is check your loan limits and borrowing dates. So from Smart Suite, our main menu, back to Global Functions, and Class Grade Edit. So your classifications are where you will load up your final borrowing dates and your loan limits, and they will then filter down to your patrons. As you can see, we have our FSI classification. It has no final borrowing date, no expiry date, and no loan limits either. Okay, so what we'll go through now is filling out all those fields. On the left hand side, you have an edit button. Click on that. You'll enter in your final borrowing date, which is usually going to be the very last day of school. Let's say it is the 12th of December. Okay, so this means any book that is loaned that has a year loan period will come back on this date, will be due back on this date. So if you have students loaning out a few days before this day, okay, so say they're loaning out on Monday the 10th, and it's a week loan book, the system will automatically have the due date for the 12th, because that's the day you want all books back. Expiry date, I will just put as far away as possible so that your patrons don't expire. Okay, security, if you run a site that uses security, you will fill out these fields. Now this limits what patrons can and cannot see. So we'll have 0 to 5 because we only want them to view items with a security of 5 or lower. Alright, once you've filled out those fields, click up the update button. Alright, now that we've set up our final borrowing dates and our expiry dates, it's time to check the loan limits. So on the right, you've got your view loan limit button. Okay, and you can see we've got no loan limits set. From the drop down, you want to select total. Okay, now total is the total amount of items that one patron can loan. Okay, now we select total because the system in circulation and patron details will only show a number if your loan limit is set to total. Okay, so from the fields across, book limit is how many items that they can loan at one time. I'm going to say 5. You then have your loan period. Now this is how many days they can loan an item, 14. Again with the renewal period, how many days that a book is renewed for or an item is renewed for. You then have reserve limit. This is how many items a person can reserve. We're going to say 2. Now you've got 2 tick boxes here. Multiple copies borrowing. Now this option allows a patron to borrow more than one copy from the same title. Normally we don't allow that for students, but staff we would tick. Okay, so I'm going to tick that for these staff guys. Patron override. Now the system by default will always loan out to the lowest loan period. Now that's normally going to be on the record. So each record can be loaned for a week or sometimes 2 weeks. So this option here, if my staff members had a loan period of 350 days, that means when the system loans out, if this option is unticked, no matter what number is in here, they get loaned the book for the amount of days that is set on the book, which is going to be a week or 2 weeks. Now if I tick this box, this is now going to tell the system that anyone with this classification of FSI is a special patron and they can loan out for whatever is set in their loan period section. All right. Your max renews, now this is how many renews one patron can have at one time. I'm going to set that to 1. Scroll back over to the left, click add new, and you'll see they pop up there. Alright, cool. So we'll close that. Now what we want to do is run a reset patron loan limits job. Okay, so this is located in your change and delete tab. From your global change drop down, right at the bottom, you have reset patron loan limits. So what this is going to do is it's going to push those loan limits and the final borrowing date and expiry date that I've just added to all those patrons with the classification of FSI. Okay, so once you click that, it'll say it'll take a little bit of time, just click OK. And then again, same with your patron import, you don't want to confuse the system, so just go back to menu, global functions, select your global change, reset patron loan limits. Alright, so our job is still scheduled, so it hasn't picked up yet. So as you can see, our job starts running. So now if we reload once more, reset patron loan limits. Let's have a look if it's finished.
Which it should be now.
Right, so we can see the job's finished. Now what I'll do is I'll jump to the patron details page and just check that those loan limits have actually copied over. Right, so I'm going to click on find. We'll find Ishan again. Alright, this one, IFER. Our limit button at the top right. Alright, we can see here that they have copied over. So now that we've checked our limits are correct, we've completed the first patron import of the year. Okay. So if you have any further questions about that, just send us an email or create a ticket in our help desk system, which we'll now show you. From your main menu, you can access, as Ishan did, the knowledge base, which is where all our smart help articles are, or you can access help desk. Now, help desk is our ticketing system where you can create a ticket when you have an issue or have a query. So from here, your logon will be your email address. If you do not have your logon details, please email us at support@functionalsolutions.com.au and request for your help desk login details. So from here, it's already remembered our password. So as you can see, this is the ticket homepage. Okay, you can see that we have no tickets submitted at this moment. If you see the right hand side, you have a new ticket button.
So once you click the new ticket button, you'll be taken to this page. So this is where you create your ticket, and once you click submit, it will be sent to us for us to have a look and reply back to you. So you would start with the title. So we recommend naming the ticket something that it's the ticket is what the ticket is about. So it's easier for us to find it in the future, and it will be easy for you to reference back as well. So as an example, we'll just say start of year patron import issue. So from this, when we see the ticket, we'll already know that it's in regards to start of year, and it might be something about patron import. You can always see someone, another librarian or another admin in, so they're aware of the ticket as well. In the description is where you enter in what you're inquiring about or what your issue is about. At the moment, I'll just say everyone. So something similar to that. So once you have entered in the information, just click submit. So once it's been submitted, the system will give you a ticket number. So this is what you reference when you call in regards to it, or you're contacting us about it again. The related to is the organization that you're from or the school, the title of the ticket, what you have created, the title, the name of the ticket, and the status of the ticket. It'll also show you assigned to, create time, and contact name. So description is where what you have entered in before, and below, as you can see, I said that we'll attach a CSV file. So how you attach a CSV file is you scroll down and you see attachments. In the attachments, you select browse and start of year. I will select start of year and then click attach. This will now get attached to the ticket, as you can see from here. But if you're responding to a ticket that we're responding to and you just want to attach a document, please make sure that you put a comment in, otherwise the ticket does not come through to us again. So for an example, I would say I have attached the CSV file as requested and click submit. So this will get sent to us, and once we reply to the ticket, it will also come back into the comments, and you can see the comments and who it was added by and when it was added. So if you go back, you can see all your open tickets which are currently waiting for response, and your closed tickets. So these closed tickets will be the ones that the issue or your question has been resolved and the ticket has been closed. So when we reply to the ticket, it will come through as waiting for response, but it will still be under your open tickets. And if you think that your question or your issue has been resolved, you can always close the ticket yourself by clicking on close this ticket. And if you click back,
now this will put it in a pending closure status. So our staff will need to check the ticket to make sure that yes, it is in fact closed. Once we confirm that yes, the ticket is closed, we will close it on our side and you will receive a feedback email. So that's just a quick rundown on Help Desk, on creating a ticket and attaching an item, as well as closing a ticket. Now if you have any further questions, we have our team waiting in the chat room, so just ask us anything.
well, thanks for joining us today, and hope you enjoyed our first of many training video sessions, and hope to see you guys again next time.
See ya.